Whether it be engineering in shipyards, using natural resources, or any other technical job, Washington's tech prep, engineering, science, and math classes are preparing students for future occupations in the United States of America.
Sandwiched between a pile of blankets and a pile of my own dead skin.
Civil engineer is kind of like vanilla engineering. It's everything. And then you have people that specialize in mechanical and electrical, and then I think there are 500 or so different types of engineering now. But civil engineering is sort of general. We do a little bit of everything.
In this class, students learn, and it's a series of classes, it's not just one class, but students learn how to make things. They learn how things work. They learn how to use CAD tools to draw and design objects, and then we go and fabricate those objects. So it's important to actually have a working product, because otherwise it's just theory. That's one of the things that sets our program apart from other schools' programs, is we actually follow the design and get away from the theory and get into the more practical application of things. In these classes, students are prepared for industrial work through the application of engineering principles and practices. We make things, we do things. We take what we know, we go ahead and build objects and test them and find out why they work or why they don't work. And so what we found is that when students go out to other colleges to pursue a degree in engineering, or they go to internship applications such as the shipyard or other places, they've got a well-grounded background in a variety of things, from theory through practice. They're using high-end equipment, they're using laser cutters, 3D printers, power tools to make things, and they have the underlying theories and CAD skills to be able to do that well.
The path to becoming an engineer, you've got to go through the science and the calculus and the upper level maths to get there. And it's great to have an understanding of how that works. But when you're actually applying it, most of it's done in AutoCAD software. And you spend very little time actually calculating the hypotenuse of a triangle. But it's nice to know how it works.
Some skills I've learned are editing. I didn't really know much about editing at all, really. I learned lots of different types of camera shots, and I also learned that, like, how creative you can be in video. I mean, you don't need high-dollar equipment to make good movies. You just need a good sense of imagination, and you can throw together the right materials. You can make some pretty good stuff. Kind of a long story. At the beginning of my freshman year, I got my printout of the classes I was signed up for, and one of them was debate. And so I went to my counselor and I said, Mr. Martin, I don't debate, that would not be a very good class for me. Is there any other classes besides debate? And he's like, well, we have one class and it's video. And I was like, all right, tell me a little bit about it. And he's like, well, you can make your own videos, you can learn about video production and all that kind of stuff. You can learn about editing. So I was like, all right, it sounds a little better than debate. So I tried it out for a year, and I realized that this is a really fun class. I'm pretty glad I decided to take this instead of debate. This is way more fun, and it's way more educational for me, and way more interesting for me than debate. And so I just kind of got hooked on the whole idea of it.
How does this class prepare for my future? In the future, I'm really looking forward to getting into animation, working for DreamWorks, like getting into actual animation, creating movies using animation, and I gotta start somewhere. And so I was looking through the classes and it said animation design. I was like, that sounds interesting, that's what I want to do. And so I went in, I started just with the basics. I mean, lighting, staging, just like animation, video are the same. And it's just, you just gotta learn it. And what I did is I just went in, I got on it, I got hooked. It was just like, I knew that's what I want to do for the rest of my life. So, I mean, this is definitely going to prepare for the future, just learning the basics, getting everything down. So when I get out of high school, go to college, or just get into the workplace, I'll know what I'm doing, and I can just be prepared and make some great stuff.
I'm in photography because I like the type of art that you get from it. It's different than painting or video. You can create anything you want and capture it, and it'll be there forever. I've learned a lot about lighting. Like a room will seem like it's very bright, but then when you go with a camera, it actually really won't be. I've learned a lot about what angles will look good. Like I'll see someone and they'll just, like on the street and they'll look gorgeous, and I just want to take a picture of them. And it's just made me into like an Auburn Aarons clone. Probably in advertising, or if I wanted to be like a professional wedding photographer or high school senior photographer. Just things like that. It just makes you look a little more interesting.
So you can see, no matter what you are interested in, there is a class in Washington State that will prepare you for your future work and will prepare you to find a job that you really love.